This system is literally like a sun. It releases energy, plasma, in enormous amounts. It's you now that decides what it needs to be. You decide what would like the energy to end up as. If you like, in a simple way, you can make it into light.
In modo semplice lo potete far diventare luce.
If you like, you can change it into food and fruit. You can change it into medicine.
O lo puoi far diventare medicina.
And if you want to use it, you can use it in a special new systems to create flight with no rocket propulsion. In third world nations like African nations,
nelle nazioni del terzo mondo,
you don't need to spend millions for power generators, for dams, for power stations. And you don't need to wait for the handouts from the West.
E non avete bisogno di aspettare la carità dall'Occidente.
In the places of war like Palestine, you don't need to wait if they're going to repair your power station. You can do it yourself at home. You can do it with local materials. You don't need to import anything. And if you understood the change from 220, 240 to 110 at the same point, you understand very easily you can change into the energy of the orange, a medicine, and consume it at no cost. This unit is made by Keshe Foundation China, by the doctor. So you understand one simple thing. This new unit, what they call MAGRA, which is magnetic gravitational, you can produce, create jobs and food and energy in your own nations. The only difference is, as the ambassadors, you are here, we have done all the work for you. We give you the unit,
Vi regaliamo l'unità,
the same as what we did before in the Second World Peace.
come abbiamo fatto nel secondo incontro di ambasciatori per la pace,
We give you the blueprint.
e vi regaliamo anche i blueprint.
You take it home, you give it to your nation, you give it to your scientists, you give it to every citizen to produce it. You walk your nation into richness of food, energy, and space, and materials. It costs you in your countries less than $10 to a household to free them from everything. Keshe Foundation person now in Ghana is teaching in Ghana to the Ghana Space Institute, Ghana Energy Center, Ghana Energy Ministry for the Ghanese to produce this. Tomorrow, the head of Ghanaian Space Agency, Dr. Kala, is here to take a unit for back to the Energy Ministry to start reproducing the units for Ghana to become energy sufficient within the next 6 to 12 months. Today in Nigeria, Keshe Foundation member is teaching the Nigerian authorities how to produce this to walk Nigeria out of lack of electricity, food, and medicine. Behind you, there are members of Chinese Keshe Foundation, which are taking units back for the President of China within next week to be delivered to His Excellency President Xi. Behind you, there is a member who's flying tomorrow to take a unit to His Excellency the President of Armenia, and then the President of Georgia, and hopefully within next week, if he's allowed, he flies to see President Putin to hand over one to the Russian government. Amongst you, there is a man who I respect highly. He sacrificed his life. He brought the solution of the Keshe Foundation to Fukushima. He helped TEPCO to be able to reduce the nuclear radiation in the waters of Fukushima, and he's among us. He will take a unit tomorrow back to Japan, to the Imperial Family of Japan, to distribute back to Japan. That now that they're short of energy in so many ways with the nuclear problem, they can support the nation. These are all members of the Keshe Foundation around the world.
Questi sono tutti i membri della Keshe Foundation in giro per il mondo.
We give you the unit free, but it has a condition. Use the unit, the knowledge, the energy, the food to bring peace in your nation and make peace with the rest of your neighbors. We give you access to all the teachings of the Keshe Foundation, how to make everything from the energy, the food, the medicine, free. One condition, help us to help you, that by having everything your nationals need, it brings peace amongst us on this planet. There is a very big question and a problem for you as ambassadors. Last time, we gave you 2 years to share the knowledge with your people, till we open our patents worldwide for every citizen.
Fino a che noi abbiamo aperto tutti i patenti in tutto il mondo a tutti i cittadini del pianeta.
This time, we give you 10 days.
Questa volta vi diamo solo 10 giorni.
In 10 days' time, we open our patents.
Tra 10 giorni noi apriamo i patenti.
We teach every citizen on this planet how to make a unit, to be independent of governments, independent of energies, independent of medicine, independent of food. You want to test it, you can do it. You want to take it, you can do it. You don't do it. The Keshe Foundation supporters runs into millions across the world. In every nation, there is a Keshe Foundation supporter base for existing. So this time, you have 10 days.
Perciò questa volta avete solo 10 giorni.
No more.
Non di più.
If I open this box,
se apro questa scatola,
you'll find out when people have everything, do they need governments? Then is there a need for ambassadors?
Ci sarà bisogno di ambasciatori nel futuro?
Because when we have everything, we are at peace, we become one nation.
Quando avremo tutti e abbiamo tutto, diventiamo una nazione unica.
Instead of spending money on arms, when you have no enemies, the money will spend on the citizens. This is a very powerful system.
Questo è un sistema molto potente
for Western nations.
Per le nazioni dell'Occidente.
In Africa, in a third world nation, you can make it as small as this. It gives you energy for 30, 40 years.
E ti dà energia per 30-40 anni.
You don't need to recharge it, you don't need to refuel it.
Non c'è bisogno di ricaricarlo né di mettergli niente.
If you use it, you can have enough to feed yourself, to heat yourself, to light yourself at no cost. So it's very simple. 10 days is long enough.
È molto semplice. 10 giorni sono lunghi abbastanza.
It's how fast you want to translate the knowledge to your governments and tell them what is about to happen.